introduce Kevin. Kevin was born and brought up in Mumbai. He is an IITian from Madras in metallurgy and materials engineering with B.Tech honors, and he holds a second rank. He's going to pursue his MS very soon. And in addition to his academic excellence, what I understood is he was a very active church member and church youth as well. So welcome, Kevin.
Thank you. Am I audible? I hope you all see my presentation.
Yeah, presentation is visible.
Good evening to one and all. My name is Kevin Daniel, and I am an MCYN member from BARC parish, Mumbai. I am first of all overwhelmed with joy over the fact that I've been invited for this Syro Malankara Catholic Students Leadership Conference 2020 to share my thoughts, knowledge, and experience, which I hope would be helpful for the students attending this talk. My topic for today is strategies for academic excellence. I'll try to keep it as short. I know that it's been a long session for all of you. Okay, I would like to tell a few things about myself. As I mentioned, I'm Kevin, and I recently graduated from the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, IIT, and I'm hoping to pursue a master's degree in the same field. First of all, I would like to point out that everything that I have achieved in my life is all because of the grace of God. My interactions with the church communities at Adayar and BARC parish in the form of Sunday school and MCYM has molded me into a very grateful Catholic. The message I plan to deliver today are from my own life experiences. In light of the present day scenario involving youth in and around the community, maybe we need an instruction manual on how to survive our life here on earth.
Yeah, so I was talking about an instruction manual. So what I was saying is, for today's youth, we need an instruction manual on how to survive our life here on earth. And one of the best instruction manuals I know is the Holy Bible. One of my favorite expansions of the word Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. And this is certainly true for us Christians. Sunday school teaches us about the church, our faith, and how to lead a life as a good Christian. And that's why I believe Sunday school helps us become better citizens of the world. Personally, Sunday school has given me the strength required to overcome several obstacles in my life and guided me through my endeavors. I'm extremely delighted to be given this opportunity to talk to you guys and share my strategies that I adopted to achieve my life goals. Know your strengths. Now, one of the first things that each individual should know about themselves and weaknesses. It is essential for students to figure out how to manage them. Various studies suggest that knowing and using your strength has been found to have more significant positive impact on people's success and well-being. It is important that students take career choices and pivotal life decisions fully aware of your strengths and weaknesses. Being a scientist, politician, or an astronaut may not be the right choice for you, but maybe becoming an actor might suit your skill set and your strengths. Hence, it is important that every student must be aware of their strengths and weaknesses. Now, coming to setting goals. This is so the great thing about being a student is that you get these nice little timetables, calendars, syllabuses that tell you what your goals are for this week, for this year, and provides a nice structure for students. I think it's important targets in your life, in your day-to-day life. Achieving those targets give you a sense of happiness and positivity. And only by achieving these small little targets will you be able to achieve your main goal. Like I mentioned before, your life goals should be specific to your interests and strengths. This way, your own goals will have a certain flexibility to it. Now, this picture tells us to set a goal, make a plan, to achieve it, and work in order to achieve it. It is really important to have targets or goal in life to become a successful person, and I cannot emphasize it more. So it is really important to have certain goals and try to achieve it. Next point is to be positive in life. It is important that like feeling good matters. When you are in a class working on a project, you're excited about it. You feel good. You like your classmates, teachers. You love your class. You automatically do better, right? And there's a lot of research that actually happier people are more successful. And in fact, happiness leads to success. Therefore, it is important you do things that make you happy. Thereby, you excel in those things because you are excited about it. As Catholics, we have been taught in our Sunday school classes to have a positive outlook in life. Resilience. Now, if you ask what resilience is, the meaning of the word resilience is the ability to bounce back or recover quickly from difficulties. We must learn to be resilient. Now, just know that life is going on. Like life is going to happen. Things aren't always going to go your way. And we need to figure out how to bounce back and be resilient. Many students have high expectations for themselves and are motivated, which is great. But sometimes when they don't have a space to deal with when things don't go right. Hence, being resilient is very important. And by that, I mean the mentality of being resilient is important. The pictures very well depict the mentality of being resilient. Now comes the point about trusting your parents. Now, it is important that you trust your parents as they are the part in your life that hold you together. Like in this picture, a responsible parent knows what is best for you and what is best for your well-being. Even if you have to sacrifice your reputation with your friends, your loyalty should be with your parents. Friends will come and go, but your parents will be an unconditional and lifelong source of love and support. Even the Bible says in the form of a commandment, honor thy father and mother. They have been in the world for a much longer time than you. They will know what's best for you at times, and it is necessary to listen to them and acknowledge their opinion. In the end, those are the people in the world whom you can count on no matter what. Another strategy that I like to think about is we should not be a follower. We should not blindly follow something because everybody else is doing it. We need to avoid sometimes to be part of a crowd. Peer pressure sometimes affects us in a bad way. You should not be compelled to do something just because all your friends are doing it. Now, this picture illustrates how most of us just blindly follow what our classmates are doing, not knowing what's best of you. Like sometimes you just choose this subject, choose this stream, just because your friends are doing it. So you need to sometimes separate yourselves from a group of people who are not involved in positive things and try to lead a more healthier social life. We need to avoid and sometimes avoid following popular trends that could lead to a high-risk lifestyle, such as being obsessed with materialism, that you do things out of your way to obtain them. Now, I cannot stress it enough that this is one of the most important things to do. Make time for recovery. I know this comes as a shock to many students that you need to build in recovery, leisure time. Many students are living in what is known as a stretch zone. Having classes, tuitions, trying to figure out certain things and getting these things done. Hence, we are often in this stretch zone. So there's a lot of stress accumulated, but we fail to take some form of recovery or leisure time. We all get busy at times, and we are stuck in this vicious cycle where you don't have time for all these other things. In fact, these are the things that are most important to help fuel people and really keep on course to achieve these goals. Your recovery time could be playing the keyboard, playing the guitar, photography, sports, any kind of leisure time, taking a time away this weekend, things like that. So that's why recovery time is really important. These things help you refuel your energy for that, so that you can focus your energy on the things that you want to work on. This is a very simple and intuitive tip. Think before you act. It is an effective process of thought which will help you avoid making critical mistakes that could cost you your freedom, education, or your life. It is also mentioned in the Bible in Proverbs chapter 2, verse 11. Thinking ability will safeguard you. And it is definitely a necessity to have a certain sense of discernment in the things you are undertake. Humble. Being humble. Now, in a certain environment, it is popular to be pompous or arrogant. Such attitudes tend to prevent an individual from developing healthy relationships with your parents, friends, and teachers. You've heard it all in your life. Being humble, kind, and calm is the right thing to do. But we need to know that humility, kindness, and calmness can actually help you get ahead in life. This is something what my grandmother always used to say, being humble. Because being humble allows you to be open to learning from elders and making adjustments in becoming a really good person and a grateful Catholic. Also, it helps you have higher self-control and soothes the soul. Now, coming on to the point of self-reflection. This is another strategy that I personally use, which help sometimes students improve their well-being. Is that just writing down 3 good things that happened to me today? So, for example, you can write, I went out to the movies with my friend. My mom cooked a very good meal for me. This can be the 3 good things that happen to you every day. Now, what this does is it acts as a tool that helps us focus on what's actually working for you. People usually write down diary entries, which is similar to it. Now, this helps us organize our thoughts, express our feelings, and thereby have a better mentality towards things. Now, one of the last things that I would like to talk about is there's no shortcut for hard work. The things I've said are for how you tackle your endeavors, but you need to hard work to be successful. There are no shortcuts for hard work. To hard work. Now, from this cartoon, we see that there are struggles in life, but these struggles are only there to make you stronger and sharper. So you need to work hard to achieve anything in life. Nobody is going to spoon feed you or hand you things you want. But now I would like to say one more thing which is really important. Don't just aim to work hard. Now I'm going to emphasize the word just, because a lot of students might just hear don't work hard. So it's don't just aim to work hard. Hard work is definitely necessary, but it is not a sufficient condition in doing well. I'll explain what I mean by this. That you need to make sure you're working on the right things. So there's this very famous basketball player, Michael Jordan. He's considered as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He said, if you're going to shoot 10,000 basketballs and you've got bad technique, all you're going to do is get really good at shooting really bad. So it is very important to hard work, but at the same time, you should make sure you're doing the right thing and working hard on the right things. I would like to make a few closing remarks as I conclude. Now, something I personally believe is that we don't need to worry about our IQ as in the intelligence coefficient. Now, it's been my experience that far too many students worry about things like, am I smart enough? Or do I have high enough IQ to do well? Majority of students drastically overestimate how important IQ is going to be. Now, the thing that is important to excel is practice. You need to practice the things that you want to do in life, practice endeavors, practice your exams. Top students do very well in exams only because they have practiced more and more exams. So that's why they do better. So practice is very important when you're tackling anything in life. Another important thing that I like to say is, like to think about is self-motivation. Self-motivation, self-discipline. It is a very important virtue because you need to work consistently across the year. So you have to be self-disciplined. We as youngsters, we have to reduce the time we spend on certain distractions like Facebook, YouTube. We spend a lot of time there. So we need to reduce it. We need to discipline ourselves. And they are good, but they come under the leisure time area. So we need to categorize, make a timetable of things that we make. Like when do we do leisure? When do we have time to study? So that is very important to organize your time. And that's where self-discipline comes in. And finally, I would like to talk about my personal mantra, which I use in my everyday life, which is I'd like to think that we all have to be sincere in all our endeavors. And eventually things start to fall in the right place for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much. I'm not sure about the kids, but at least I'm going to take away some of the tips which you shared. I am really moved by some of your qualities which you have put forward, like humility, sincerity, honesty, and especially diary writing, which I think, irrespective of the age, allows us to put out your action items and then prioritize. So it was great. Though you are the youngest speaker, I was moved by the way you presented. Good job. And all the best for your future.
Thank you very much.
Okay.